Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Competition Archery Media out here at the Black Eagle Darton Pro Am at Fort Benning, Georgia. Beautiful day we've got here for the Mathews Shot of the week. And y'all know this guy. I'm here with Known Pro, Jeff Raney. Jeff, thanks for being here.
Yep,
First of all, we just finished the first round. How did it go for you today?
I shot pretty well overall. I'd like to have 2 8s back today, but I ended up 20 up on the day on one of the stouter courses I've seen in a little while. You know, we had a lot of long targets today, so I'm not mad about it. We're still in the hunt, 28's leading. We got a few guys stacked in around 22 to 26 or 24 up, I think is second, I want to say. But
and you said you like the longer targets.
Oh yeah, I wish we'd have more courses like this. You know,
how come? Is that something that you specialize in, or it just separates?
I like that it separates the field, and you're really going to see who's most consistent on the day shooting the bow. You know, you don't, when you don't have the give me targets. You know, I want to say, and I'm not sure, but you know, our closest target today, you know, it was in the mid 30s. You know, I think.
Right.
You know, we didn't have anything super short, and I enjoy shooting the longer targets. You know, whenever you shoot at the range, how often do we shoot outside at 20 and 30 or
it's more
yards?
Fun to see those things launch.
Yeah. So I just personally enjoy shooting the longer targets, you know, and I hit most of them today. Where I actually missed a few was a little shorter ones.
Yeah,
so gotta go figure that out.
Well, we have picked a bomber here. Everybody knows that I am not a fan of the small targets, and we picked one of the small targets. But hey,
it's gonna be fun.
That's the name of the game. Let's go check this one out.
Let's do it.
All right, Jeff, so I see a coyote that's way out there. I haven't ranged it yet, but it is
50 and a half yards.
50 and a half yard coyote.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's perfect. It's a bomb.
And now the wind is kicking up. So that's
should be a factor
as well. So tell me your process. You know, for me, what's the difference? If that's the large HD deer, the scoring ring's the same, yet I get nervous when the target is smaller.
Yeah, most people do. I think it's because the problem is a lot of people think about missing. And you want to really, like, what I try to never think about that. You know,
that's what I need to do.
I work on having a positive mindset when I walk up to a target that the scoring read's the same size.
Yeah.
I don't plan to miss. I mean, we shouldn't draw our bow back and plan to miss. So the plan is to hit your spot, and it's the same size as every other target. So I look at small targets the same. The only reason a small target would really, in my opinion, mess with me is if I was judging, and we're not. So we get to click a rangefinder here.
That's the key, though, that mindset, which I walk up here and I'm like, oh man, I'm going to miss. But you don't.
Yeah.
That's why you won the last 2 tournaments of the ASA last season. So when you're out here shooting, I'll ask you this. So you come up to this target. The difference between this and being in the shoot down and having to shoot this target, what's that like for you?
For me, I get a little tunnel visioned in shoot offs where I don't notice a lot of what's going around me and stuff. I'm a little more focused probably. I wish I was a little more focused out here, but it's a little tougher.
More focused on the shoot down.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, obviously I get more nervous in the shoot down. Out here during a round, I feel like for the most part, you're pretty calm.
Right.
I do get pretty nervous in shoot-offs. That's just always been that way.
Yeah.
That's really the difference. Nerves, a little bit of tunnel vision, and just got to trust your process. You know, you got to do the same thing over and over again. Whether, you know, however you start your process, finish it, the way you approach a target is all has to stay the same.
What if doing the same thing over and over again is missing?
Then you probably ought to change something. It's probably time to try something new. So yeah, if it's constantly missing, you might want to change your process a little bit, or the way you're going about it. Or sometimes, you know, something could be wrong with your bow. But you know,
there's not. I know that, because if I go to the bags and nobody's around, it'll hit right where I'm
I got no excuses, because I just shot 20 targets here and I didn't call a breakdown, so I doubt it happens on this one target. So
is there anything that you do particular to the coyote? Like, do you like the upper, lower? Is there something
so today,
about
I'll tell you exactly how I went about it today. Today when we shot it, we were getting some left to right wind. I am shooting a 27 diameter arrow at this event, and at 50 and a half yards, I knew it was going to move just a touch.
Okay.
And you can't always feel it in these, you know, here in Benning in this type of terrain. You can't always feel the wind on you, but sometimes it'll be down there, but you can see it. So on this one, I chose to shoot the lower because the head's facing to the right, so the lower's left.
Gotcha.
So if I do get pushed, I stay at 10. So there is some strategy on a 50.5 yarder, in my opinion, to make sure you don't shoot an 8, but give yourself a solid chance at 12. So I aimed left side 12 at this one, and if the wind got me a little too much, I knew I'd stay at 10 to the right.
Gotcha.
Normally, I would actually shoot an upper on this target, though.
See, now that seems like so simple when you explain it like that, and yet I'm sure I wouldn't have done that. But yeah, that's perfect. If it's going to drift right, why not have it drift into the 10 rather than the 8?
Exactly. You have this much to play with on the on the lower 12. They're on the right side of 10. On the top side, you've got nothing.
You did get this one.
I did.
You got
this
the 12 on this one.
So,
all right. All right.
Let's see if we can do it again.
Let's see what I can do here. I'll range it and see what we got. All right, Jeff, 50.5. So that is so precise, I won't be able to see it unless I
don't have to do that
yet. It's
coming, I'm sure.
It sucks, I tell you. 50.5, we got it there. Yeah, it's no fun when you can't see.
Yeah.
I should ask you, so a target like this, can you see 12 rings?
If it's in the light and light's hitting it good,
okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But I can normally, even at this distance, I can see detail where I know, I can see the 10 ring typically for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And that gives me enough to know where the 12 ring is.
Gotcha.
So.
I see a coyote target is basically what I see.
That's what it is. So you're shooting the right one.
10s, where the 10 ring is.
Well, there's an arrow hole in the upper there for you.
I see. I do see that. Boy, that is a good one. If I could see as well with my binoculars as I do there, but I'm just trying to get an area. Okay. All right, I think I got it.
All right.
I think I know where to aim.
I got faith in you.
So. All right. Think positive. Think positive, right, Jeff?
No negative thoughts.
I am gonna get this. That's what I'm saying.
You got it. Normal size scoring rings. Oh, you're just out at, I would say, probably 7 o'clock, maybe a ½ inch. Low left. Pretty close.
No.
It was a good shot.
That's all. That's IBO.
You're on the top side of the IBO.
Oh, I thought you were saying I was low out.
No, were you shooting at the lower or upper?
Am I closer to the upper?
Yes.
I was shooting at the upper.
Yeah, I was talking about the upper because you're closer to the upper.
You know what? That's the first shot I took today. A center 10, 50.5 yard coyote. I'm calling that a victory.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought it was a victory. So.
I will take that.
Right.
It was actually a good shot.
Let's see what we can do here.
So while you're doing this, let's talk here a second. You're shooting the 40? That's the
TRX 40.
Okay. Poundage?
70 pounds.
70 pounds, okay.
Yep.
And 27, do you know what speed you're getting?
I'm getting about 275, I think, out of this.
Okay, so you don't really care about getting super speed.
Actually, normally I do. Okay. I haven't had time, or I haven't had the chances with the wind that we've had at home in Kansas to test arrows. I normally would run a 23 diameter arrow for 3D. But with what I already had built and ready, these were the 27s were shooting too good to leave them at home. So
gotcha.
I decided to run 27s this weekend, which are a little heavier. I'd normally be running close to that 290 mark.
Okay.
I do like speed typically.
Gotcha.
So.
All right.
Let's shoot the lower here.
Yeah, man, I thought you were saying, oh yeah, you're just out in the 8. I was like, oh, come on. I know I can't see. But I like how you saw that just by looking. And you see that? He even used the binoculars. He said, yeah, you're like an inch. I can't see any of that.
Get it?
I think you did. If you didn't, you're just left. But you're right.
I think we got it.
Edge.
I think we got it.
I think you did.
It's a jar liquor, but I think we got it.
50.5 yards. I don't care if that's known or unknown. That's a shot, man.
Yeah,
with no aiming ring, that is a poke.
Yeah.
Well, let's go down there and check. Oh, I don't need my bow. Let's go down there and check these out, Jeff. All right, Jeff. Pesky little coyote here. I like that.
They don't get much closer than that.
That is, to me, that's the definition of pulling the line.
Yep.
But that's why you shoot those big 27s.
Yep.
What's your point weight in there?
140s.
So 140, so it's heavy, helps that thing go in, and you pull the line even harder with those big
About a 500 grain arrow.
That's incredible. And I got a 10.
You shot a solid shot.
We were shooting IBO, right? That counts today?
Well, I thought you were shooting at the upper, but I'm not sure that was the case.
That is not, I was aiming for the coyote.
The coyote. Well, you hit him.
Now, I knew about where it was, but I wanted to see, where were you aiming? Like, you put your pin on what?
Now we're getting a little left to right wind here. So earlier today, we had a little left to right wind.
Yeah.
So I did what I did earlier today, which got me a 12, was I aimed left side 12. So basically hit behind the arrow on this one. I didn't get any drift. You know, I could have maybe hit it a little left or right of where I really thought I was aiming, but that's about where I was trying to aim, is where the arrow hit.
And through your scope, you could see the 12 ring?
On this one, yeah.
You could. What's your what power?
I run a 6X lens.
6X lens.
Yep.
I have 6, and well.
Yeah, 6X lens and a B clarifier.
I'm a little bit older than you, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I'll be there. I know my vision has gotten a tiny bit worse. I'm 31, and my vision's gotten a tiny bit worse the last couple of years. But it's not bad. I've had to go up in clarification to get that clear target.
Right.
But that's really all I've had to do.
I've heard enough of you guys talk about that. For you guys, seeing is like the guy who can see any given weekend. Boy, that's an advantage.
It's very important on this range. Known Pro, because you can't make a lot of mistakes, and mistakes come a lot of times on these ranges when we struggle in lighting, when you can't see what you're aiming at. You know, so being able to see is very important. Having the right scope setup, you know, having the right peep size for the lighting conditions. I know a lot of guys don't change their peep size for certain. I will.
You will?
Yeah, I'll go to, like, tomorrow morning if it's really dark, which is known to be very dark here in the morning.
Yeah.
Shooting early, I may go to a bigger peep size in the morning.
Gotcha.
It'll blow my pin up just a tiny bit, but I would rather get more light through my setup than have a smaller, more defined pin.
Right. So you're carrying the kit with you.
Yep.
Hey, what do I got to do to fix that up?
Yep. Now, I won't change clarification.
Right.
I've never done that, but I will change peep size. So, depending on lighting.
Well, awesome, Jeff. We appreciate your time. You must have been the good luck for me to get. I'm happy to get a 10.
Hey, you shot great. That was an awesome shot on this target.
As I said, sometimes the first shot of the day is the best because I haven't had time to mess up my head. So.
I mean, for not having any warm-up, I'd say it's pretty darn good. So.
All right, folks, that is another episode of the Mathews Shot of the Week. Thanks for joining us.